Hey guys. Hey Kaz.
Hello, Ma. How are
I think
you?
I think we're early.
We're not. Really?
I think we might have been like a minute and a half early today. I
Well,
think we
knock me
shot.
over with a bottle of tomato sauce.
Hey Benton, Elisa, Quesada, Ezit, GB, Gamer Guy. Why is Gamer Guy making mad faces? He's got too much snow to come over here and shovel? Oh, stop, Ezit. Hey Michelle Mouse. We got a busy night. A lot of things
We
to talk
sure
about.
do.
All right, we're going to get this first one right out of the way. So let me get my
Mm,
trigger warning up.
yes, please.
And if you want to go over and share,
I will.
it's all.
Um,
First,
I'm heading.
we're going to touch
Yeah.
on a story from Kenny's neck of the woods. Kenny, I really hope you lock your doors. Hey, Sassy Naz. Hey, Junie. Let's just give it a couple seconds. You can get your little window up if you want.
Yes, I'm grabbing it.
Yeah, this first one is a complete trigger warning. Like when Kaz and I were talking about it earlier, I was just like, oh gosh.
Yeah.
Trigger. How is everyone today? Is everyone ready for the new year? Hey,
Well,
Nana.
it's actually New Year's Eve for me today.
It is New Year's Eve for you. It's okay. I'll be talking to you when at midnight your time.
Like heck, that's when I actually sleep from midnight till 2.
You're not even gonna try to push it for the new year, Kaz? Come on.
Why? Why I say why? Oh,
Whew. This story, guys, is so. You know,
disturbing.
it's monsters like these that sadly make you wish that we had more dog collectors in
Yes.
this world, because this story right here not only proves that, like, lately, it kind of seems like lately it's more like strangers, like kidnapping plots, and
Yep.
just it's like so much lately.
I know. And this was 100% an opportunist.
All right, I'm gonna mic down and let you take
Yeah.
over, guys. This is a serious, serious, serious trigger warning. And remember, no P word.
No, I am not going to say the P word, Ma.
All right, no P word.
No PP word, I
Just poured a cup
promise.
of coffee.
Who
Yeah,
did?
we've got a lot on the list. We've got this story. We've got Kalen and Crystal. I want to touch on. We want to touch on Lena. We want to touch on Candace, and we think we found the missing Graham boy. And then we want to touch on the 33 other children that are missing in San Antonio.
Mm.
Okay.
All
Good luck,
right. All
guys.
right.
Good luck. And listen, if you're going to start crying, I don't want you to get upset and read this article.
Yeah.
Are you?
Well, see, it's different because I've already read it, so I'm
I
prepared for
think
this
so
one.
too. I think we're cried out from earlier on this one.
Yes.
All right, guys, here
Uh,
we go.
all right.
Wait, Pasco? Yes. Yes, Pasco. We saw her. We've actually reached out to her, but she never got back to us. What I really want to show is the video, the the gun, the bullets with the gun that I never heard about. I'm I'm kind of far behind on Crystal, and then I want to really show the video footage of JLR when he was out there at the campsite where the girls were found. Okay, here we go, guys. Pray and really just this is a
This is,
monster right here.
it is. Um, well, this is from my backyard, so to speak. This all happened in Western Australia and it occurred from midnight on December 26th. All right. Again, major trigger warning here. A 25-year-old man has faced court after being charged by police over the SA of a 7-year-old girl at her home in Ellenbrook in Perth's northern eastern suburbs, which, as Ma said, it's right in Kenny's backyard. Come on, mouse, give me your back. Okay. And it says, they even put this on warning. This story contains content that may upset some readers, so this is a major big one. Detectives from the Child A squad allege that Callum Ferris Davies from Ellenbrook assaulted the girl while she was sleeping in her bedroom about 12:30 a.m. on Boxing Day night. He was taken into custody around 5:30 p.m. yesterday, just hours after police released CCTV footage, which I will play, showing a man climbing over a wall into a backyard near the victim's home just before the attack happened.
This is the only part that I can laugh is when I think of the video footage of this guy.
This is a 59-second CCTV footage, which I'll just play for you all now. I'll make it big for you. It's as big as I can make it, unfortunately. This is the monster right here.
Look at him. Is that not like a splitting image of Darren Brown when he took cash looking at into the neighbor's fence? Look at him. Look at this creeper. Yeah, Nana, I don't mind if you guys talk about other channels in here. I am not like that girl.
Here he is.
Look at him.
He stands up, goes and has a look. He walks away. Now, one would think he would not come back, but no.
Yeah. Here he comes. He drops something, so he runs back again.
Yes, and here he comes back again. Now he's got his backpack on.
Mm-hmm. Right to the same little corner. Look at him coming right over that wall like it's nothing.
And there he goes.
Yep.
That's how quick it can happen, guys.
So he was totally creeped out, and he runs, and he still has to come back. Can you play that one more time?
He has the kahunas. Yeah, he has the kahunas to come back.
Can you play that one more time? I gotta watch it I gotta watch it again. And he knows that he dropped something. Hey, Shredder.
Yes, he does.
Look at this. Look at this monster in action.
Peeping over the top.
Little peeping Tom. Pay attention it
I'm
happens.
just trying to see if it shows what he drops. That he comes back.
Maybe. Yeah, I'm going to have to watch for that too because I couldn't really see something fall, but I wasn't looking there until he turned around and came back. Look at how something spooked him, and he still comes back.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
He's got something in his hand. He puts it down. He was putting something down, not picking it up.
You can see it. It's black. Yep. Watch again. He picks it up. Look at that.
And there he hops over.
Yeah. All right.
Police said they were moments away from apprehending Mr. Davis before he actually handed himself in to Ellenbrook Police Station. Mr. Davies faces up to 20 years in prison after being charged with SA, really bad SA of a child under 13, as well as deprivation of liberty, impeding the child's breathing, and aggravated home burglary.
How old is she, Cass? She's 7, right?
She's 7. Yeah.
Shredder, this is a story of a monster that literally climbed the wall in Perth, Australia, and did horrible things to a little girl.
Unimaginable things. And there's some words I just can't say. So when I say really, really, really bad, take your mind to what's the worst case scenario. And that's what happened. WA Police Sex Crime Division Detective Inspector Hamish McKenzie said the release of the CCTV footage was a significant piece of evidence that led to the arrest of the man, who was not believed to be known to the girl's family. So this was a rando. Shortly after the release of the CCTV vision yesterday afternoon, we received a significant amount of information from the general public. Way to go, Western Australians, which led to us to identify the person of interest in this investigation. Investigators have identified a location where that person was at the time and were actively pursuing him when he handed himself in to the Ellenbrook police station. And police say this is an opportunistic assault, police allege. Inspector McKenzie said police believe the man was a stranger to the family. I can confirm the person of interest is not known by the family at this At this stage, we believe the man was an opportunist incident. He said the CCTV footage had led police to believe Mr. Davis was targeting the area for the purposes of other offences, in other words, burglary, not related to the SA.
My gosh, it sounds like Darren Brown. It is
You,
absolutely
I know.
insanity.
But like I said to you this morning, Mark, it's one thing to burglarise a home. That's traumatic enough. But to do what he did is not on. But I caveat that by saying we are still looking through the investigation, so it hasn't finished at this stage, he said. We don't believe anyone else was involved. At this stage, we believe this person was the lone person responsible, and we believe this was an isolated incident. Police will allege Mr. Davies gained entry to the house by removing a fly screen and climbing through the bathroom window. Yesterday, police found the fly screen after Mr. Davis allegedly took it from the house. The location of the fly screen was significant for us.
I have to laugh at the fly screen because he took it so they wouldn't get his fingerprints. Like, you can't make
Mm-hmm.
it up as. Oh,
I know. He thought he was being smart. Anyway, the location of the fly screen was significant for us because we believe at that stage it was a point of entry. Stop it. And that's what will be like. That he gained entry through the bathroom window, he said. There was certainly a significant piece of information for us, and that item was forensically treated. He said police were still looking for the girl's navy blue pyjama top, which was also removed from the house. So he took that as a
trophy.
trophy. And this
Sick.
is the shirt. This is the shirt he took.
And I'm gonna show them the picture of his face when you're done with the article up in the camera, like trying to give that little side profile smile.
Yeah. And I've got more info about him too, which I'll let you know.
Oh no, go
Um,
ahead. Finish. Yeah, finish giving us the info on this creeper.
yeah. Mr.
And
Davis appeared. Sorry, go on.
no. But then make sure you tell them who he's gonna probably be roommates with.
Oh, yeah, I will tell them that too. Mr. Davies appeared in Midlands Magistrates Court this morning where he said he did not want a lawyer and would be represented himself. I mean, I have no words. Wearing blue pants and a blue shirt, he listened as the charges against him were read out. This part I don't like. Oh, it doesn't say this here. But in another article, he said he smiled and smirked as they were being read out. I wanted to
Yes,
smack him.
Junie has a question for you.
Okay, June, where are you?
I posted it.
Oh, okay. Hang on a minute. Let me flip over to the other screen. So, yes, Junie, he did. He said, well, it's alleged he broke into the home through the bathroom window, went looking through the house, opened the door to this poor young girl's bedroom, went inside, and multiple times hurt her. There's more details on the rest, but he hurt her not only physically, but mentally. I can't even imagine what this poor girl is going through and her family at the moment.
Oh, I
It's
can't either.
unfathomable.
Because then Kaz and I were speaking, like, because she'll tell you more about what happened the next morning, and you wonder why she didn't go sooner. And then you're just like, my gosh, this man, honestly, he just needs to be hung out in a public anywhere and just hung out in a tree and let people throw rocks at him. Or he should have his genitals cut off.
I agree. Yeah, Shredder, do anything you can to try and take your mind down a different path. Okay, he was flanked by 3 security guards as he sat in the dock. Inspector Mackenzie described the attack as horrific. This is an incident which occurred in the family home where a child should feel safe, and we are pleased to bring this to an early resolution. The girl had gone to bed on Boxing Day night and informed her parents of the attack when she woke up at 9 a.m. the following day. It sparked a major search as police scoured the area for clues. Now, I was talking to Mar and I said, which will be
We
explained.
couldn't. Yeah, I said to her, "Well, my gosh, why in the world did she wait until morning, and why didn't she run out to her parents like as soon as that creeper left?" And then Kaz finds out the info, and she'll tell you. But I was like, "Oh my gosh,
Mm, mm.
tell him what you
Um,
told me."
he not only brutalized her in an SA faction multiple times in the most horrendous ways, but he also stopped her from breathing by stopping the airflow through her nose and strangling her neck at the same time until she passed out.
So basically, he honestly believed that that little baby was no longer with us when he left that house, and she was still with us.
Yes,
And he
thank
stole her
goodness.
innocence. He needs to be like there's no pity for somebody like this, and
No,
that
none.
zero.
But what the sad thing is, he didn't only do this once; he did it multiple times while she was unconscious. That's even worse
Sick.
because of the injury she sustained. Oh. They're holding. The Inspector Mackenzie said my husband's having a sneezing attack. Inspector Mackenzie said police were
Bless you, Ross.
supporting the family in every way they could. There he goes again. They're holding up as best as they can. This is every parent's worst nightmare, and I'm sure that they have got a million things going through their head. He's still going.
My
Dub-
gosh.
yeah, he
Yes.
has what they call a sneezing attack, and he can't
Ugh.
stop. He's going to blow
Yes,
his.
Shredder. She is still alive.
Yes, yes. Um, Western Australian Police have provided a huge amount of resources towards resolving this investigation. And whilst I say it is a successful outcome for the WA Police, of course it is horrendous for the family. Magistrate Keith Tavner told Mr. Davis he still may decide to get a lawyer given the seriousness of the charges. He's remanded in custody and is due back in court on January 27th. Now, this is currently
My
in custody.
gosh.
Can you hear him?
Yes, we hear him sneezing.
It's unbelievable. Uh, and he can't stop it. He literally cannot stop himself from sneezing.
I love him.
He loves you too. Oh, he's still going. Um,
Jeez.
yeah, it can go for about 5 or 10 minutes
Oh,
sometimes.
that's
It's
nice.
really. Mm. Now, this monster will be in the same place as our dog collector.
Yep. Can I show them the picture of his sideways face real fast? Are you done with this one article?
I've done with this one article, yes,
I
ma'am.
just want to show them his face real quick so they can just get an idea of what we're talking about.
Yeah.
That's him. That's the creeper.
And I have some information about him as well. This person, this monster, he's not even a person in my eyes. This monster has held down some really, really decent jobs. I mean, he was director of 3 companies. He's an artist, he's a 3D graphic designer, he's got 2 university degrees. I mean, it makes my mind boggle at what can turn him into a burglar for a start off. Was he short on cash? I don't know. Was his lifestyle? Apparently, because he lived with his parents, so he mustn't have needed that much money.
He is a complete creeper.
Yeah, mine too, Junie. Mine too. When I knew about this, I've been following this myself, and I told Mara about it. And then when it was actually found out exactly how badly he attacked her, I just wanted to hop on an aircraft, fly over to WA,
I
and
mean,
go and.
where is Kenneth when he? Yeah, too bad Kenny
Well,
didn't see him walking down the road. He probably would have beat his ass.
yeah, well, I wanted to ask Kenny if I found out where the address was, exactly how close was Kenny to him, to his home. Because, OMG,
Yes.
careful, Kenny. You got kids. You got young kids, Kenny. Be careful. You got young children yourself.
So he will go to court, and then they'll probably send him to the
There's
Perth.
only one really big main jail in Western Australia, and which is where Terence is, the dog
Yeah, the
collector.
South Perth, the notorious
Yeah,
criminals in there.
yeah.
What does his record show? Has he? We can, yeah, he's in Australia, so we can't get into his
No,
history. But does he have a past?
unfortunately, I, as far as has he done anything bad prior to? That's a very good question. We can't find out here. We can't do what you can over in the States by
He's
running.
got some big kahunas.
Oh, big kahunas is an understatement.
I mean, you literally break into a place to rob it. The parents are there, and you see there's a little girl in a room, and I mean, my gosh,
Yeah.
my gosh. Was it? It's a pretty big house too.
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
Iconic's
wow.
exhausted. She might pop in. I spoke to her about an hour ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's busy with family things. She'll be busy until like I think the 6th, the 5th or the 6th. She'll be busy.
Yeah. Yeah, he will be going to the same prison as and he'll be put. The only things that they do, he will be put into isolation. The first 2 weeks over here, they do a suicide watch isolation. Then he just goes into normal isolation where Terence, the dog collector, currently is sitting. But yeah, OMG. And yet, I've looked at some of his artwork. And you know, when you look at some people's artwork, it kind of gives you a sense of what they're like.
One of
Yeah,
those fresh
exactly.
faced monsters.
Exactly, Shredder. Exactly. I mean, I just want. This is how bizarre this dude is. I mean, I just want to show you this. Hang on, to.
Let me take this off the screen. I just wanted them to see, who we were talking about because I know
Yeah,
I go nuts if I can't put a face to who somebody's talking about. But this little side view, like, hey, I'm a
Mm.
creeper.
Mm.
So in Australia, I asked Kaz earlier because when somebody like this goes into a prison in the states and if they're an open population, they're probably going to get their ass beat. But Kaz says that they protect these people and put them in isolation
Yeah,
in
they do.
Australia. They
They
probably put
do.
them in a pedophile pod. It's probably called the pedophile pod.
Oh, this isn't pedophilia in my eyes.
No,
This
that's a
is,
sexual monster.
yeah, yeah. I mean, they haven't said he's got a previous record, and that would have come up in his first court appearance. So, because he didn't even try to apply for bond or anything. So,
No, he wants to. He must know about Letitia Stout. He's gonna represent himself.
I
I
mean,
think he did, Junie. I can't. I don't have a. I mean, I can turn on my spirit box and ask. Maybe they'll come through. But I honestly believe that's what he thought.
yeah, I do too. I do too, because I think he was shocked when the press release came out, with them looking for, that she was still alive. And I think that's what may have prompted him to come forward, because this man does this as well.
Mm, wow.
I
Now
mean,
that is
that's
talent.
beautiful.
Yeah.
This his is artwork. I mean, how can somebody
Can
go
you
from
zoom?
doing?
Can you zoom in on the top right of the page? If you click like the little three dots and it will say zoom, new tab,
Yeah,
new window, history. You see it
yeah,
next to
okay,
your
that,
little picture? Yeah.
yeah.
I want to see the lines on. My gosh,
Do you want me to go
that
bigger?
really. Yeah, and you can slide it up a little. Yeah.
What?
Now we're good. I just want to see how the lines were. That's amazing.
It
Yeah,
is.
that is amazing.
I
Look
mean,
at that.
look at the stems coming out of this pot, this seed pot. I mean, oh,
And the
it is
flowers
beautiful,
on the
and the
top right
flowers
there.
on the top. Yeah,
And
look
what
at
is
them.
his signature at the bottom again?
Just see
His name.
it.
What's his name?
Yeah, see,
Cummins? Collins?
no, it's Callum.
Callan.
F.
That's right. Callum.
Yeah, Callum Davies.
Amazing.
I mean, how can you go from that to that?
Because he's a talented monster. You can't make it. Your brain is wired. They're just wired different.
I mean, that's stunning. I would pay for that. I would buy that myself. I love Australian, um, artwork, native art, and that is, part of the native artwork. So, and there's other ones that he's done too. He's done a whale collection. I just,
Yeah, well, he's wasted all of that by what he just did. So now he's going to spend 20 years in prison where he won't get rehabilitated. And then he'll come out and his whole entire good part of the life to do something. Oh, there's iconic. Kenny will pop in any minute. He ruined it. At the end of the day, his artwork is beautiful. He could have been like a Da Vinci. That work is amazing. The lines,
I
the
mean,
way he.
have a look at this. This is his whale. This is his whale. This is a sperm whale that we get going through our waters in.
Yeah, we know what we have sperm whales over here. I'm
I do.
sure.
Okay. Well, this is his whale collection, and he
Judy
drew
said he
that
can
last.
go
What did you
ahead.
say?
He
No,
can
what did you
draw in
say?
he can draw in prison. Hey,
He
Nita.
can. He can. And this is another picture of him. Hang on a second. This is
Damn,
what he.
he had a
Let me.
website where you could actually get prints.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah,
So why
yeah.
don't
You
you
can buy
order
his
one?
artwork. Oh,
I think you should get one before they're gone, and maybe we can write them a letter and ask them to sign it again for us and put your name on it. Two cows. Yeah,
well, he's
unfortunate. Hey, Aaron. Unfortunate that he's a monster, and I hope that he rots in.
yeah. He's got one called the Breach Humpback. I mean, look at this. The
Yeah, it's
detail is
amazing.
superb.
Like, look
And
at that.
he goes and does something. horrendous like that.
Because he's a monster. Hey, PB. Hey, Aaron.
Anyway, that is Callum Davies, and he's on Instagram. I've checked him out on Twitter. He hasn't used Twitter since 2016. You do something bad like that, and I will follow you. I'll find you.
All right, guys. I definitely want. We have a lot to talk about with
Yeah,
little Lena tonight, but I really
we
want to
do.
get back into this article real fast. A change of
Yes.
pace before
I
we
will
jump into
pass the
something
floor to you, my
else.
dear.
Before we jump into something else depressing. This one. This is one that's gonna make me laugh. This guy's face. I just want to almost like smack him. So we know the murders in Garland, Texas, where that 14-year-old went to the convenience store and he shot and killed. I think he killed 3 people.
Yeah.
And this is his father. Takes him from the scene by his father, and look at his dad's little picture. He's smiling.
Swipe that. Swipe it off. Swipe it off.
Let me make sure I hit the sound because, I mean, this reminds me of the lady's mugshot last night that killed her boyfriend or husband with the sword on Christmas Eve, and then she takes her mugshot like she's in glamour shots.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's like she was posing for blinking a TikTok.
And I'm still getting
Or
damn Oscar
Snapchat.
splash pads coming up.
Bad, Oscar, bad.
Yeah, so Garland, Texas, Dallas area police have charged a 14-year-old with capital murder and a tripping killing at a gas station and are warning that the boy is at large, armed, and dangerous. So this is his father. Teenage triple murder suspect was driven to and from the scene by his father. Let's just check this out.
Great parenting.
Saudi Dental is offering special pricing.
Shit, guys, turn your mic down. Sorry. You guys awake?
They are now.
Holy shit. Well, my volume's only on 54, so it should be good.
The family of 14-year-old Xavier Gonzalez wants to make it clear that Gonzalez was just an innocent bystander. They say they hope the shooter is caught sooner than later.
He could be here in town. He could be in a surrounding city. We don't have his exact known whereabouts, but somebody does, and we need their help.
Garland police are looking for 14-year-old Abel Elias Acosta, who is believed to be the son of 33-year-old Richard Acosta, who police said was the getaway driver from Sunday's shooting.
The getaway driver.
I'm not him to judge him. God will. God will take care of him.
14-year-old Xavier Gonzalez was one of the 3 teenagers who was killed at the Texaco convenience store Sunday.
All he was going to do is just go buy some food for the family and come back home. That was it.
Garland police say the shooting was targeted towards one of the victims who had a previous run-in with the shooter. They say Gonzalez and the store cook who were shot are...
I'm going to be rude. Did that look like a 14-year-old? I mean, this kid, I mean, the kid looked like he was like on a SWAT team member. Look at this 14-year-old firing the gun and the way he's standing with the door like nothing.
Sea of people showed up to remember
it's not the
Gonzalez.
first time he's done this.
Football for Garland High School.
Holy
loved the Cowboys
shit.
football team and enjoyed working in construction
Hey, Leslie.
since a young age. The family just hopes for one thing.
Closure. Closure for the family. You know, knowing that his life wasn't just something you can just throw away. It matters to somebody.
The funeral for Gonzalez is Thursday. Police say as far as the 15-year-old who did survive, they are still in the hospital recovering. Again, anyone who does see Acosta is asked to call 911. He is considered armed and dangerous. Reporting in Garland, Alexis Wainwright, CBS 11 News.
You're correct. Hey, Nita, you're correct, Junie. Senseless crimes. No one has respect for life. And I don't know what this one is right here. Where was it?
And for the father to be the getaway guy. I mean, Owen.
The father.
That's my head exploding.
The father.
I know.
Let me see if, in the shooting, like he is literally holding that door open.
Come,
and he
Kil
is
and
firing.
Collective. Open the door.
Or Saudi Dental is off.
Yeah. I'm going to keep the volume down, though, and put it back up. I got to see that again. I mean, he's literally holding the door open. Like, what 14-year-old knows how to do that? That's scary. Maybe his father taught him.
Yeah. It's a 14-year-old who's done it before.
Yeah, I'm going to keep it off. I just want to see the part where he's holding that door open again. Boom, boom. So the dad's in jail, and he's still on. I think they might have got him by now. This is like a day and a half ago, but I just wanted the father's smile. Like, unbelievable. And he drives him to and from the scene. Look.
That's crazy.
And there he is, hanging out.
I mean, oh.
I mean, my gosh. What? Look at him. Did you see the way he was creeping at first, too?
Yeah.
The way he was looking in the window? Watch. Wait, did I pass it? It's sad. He like creeping in the window. Hey, my elderly cats. He looks down and then he goes and opens the door and just
takes lives like them didn't matter.
Yeah, the way it was like the creeper at the fence line. It seems like more and more. Go ahead.
If you got a beef, take him down to the local gym, YMCA, whatever. Stick him in a boxing ring, give him a pair of gloves and work it out there. Do not just, oh, yeah, son, you got a gun? Yes, son, I'll drive you down there. I mean...
Like when I was growing up, like I don't ever remember anyone ever a school shooting.
Well, I'm a lot older than you, and I mean, the worst thing I had to deal with in England was when the Moors murder, Mary Henley and them did the Moors murders, and they actually, the house that the children were actually entombed in was only about 500 yards away from my home.
Iconic, you want to come up? Because we're getting ready to get into the next story after this is very disturbing.
It is. It is very disturbing.
Let's just see what they're saying about this article. I just want to see him at the convenience store again. Like, shoots 3 in Garland. And it was probably over a girl. 14 years old.
Worse. It's even worse.
Come on, you can do it. You can do it. Like, why is this kid not at home playing Fortnite?
Exactly.
Look at the way he creeps in the window. Look.
I know.
Bum, bum. Look at him.
Yeah, he's checking to make
sure he's in there. He's got no shirt on.
No. He didn't want to get it dirty.
Look at this.
Look how many times he's firing.
And his father is in the truck at the gas pump.
Yep.
Do you see this? I'm going to take my 14-year-old son to the convenience store to go shoot and kill 3 kids. You know what? Sick.
Bad.
Let me just look real quick. See if they caught him. Okay, the other night, guys, we were talking about, somebody in chat was mentioning a little boy that was missing with the last name Graham, right?
Correct.
Does anyone remember the Graham that you guys were talking about? Oh, it's getting sicker. I'm starting to think, guys, that ever since COVID too, it seems like this stuff right here either I'm digging more into it or it's happening more and it seems like it's a lot more strangers. Like a guy got pulled over last week in the Tampa area with a total kidnapping kit in his trunk.
Oh my goodness.
What about the video I put out? The guy creeping in the little girl's room and then leaving and getting
Yeah,
arrested at the hotel.
I know. I know.
Darren Brown, the doll collector.
Yeah.
I mean, think about it. I
The
think it's
things that wouldn't have happened years ago or would have been highly unusual if they did happen are now becoming the norm. And that's very, very scary and worrisome. Very. It is a sick world we live in, Lena.
Well, that's why we have to talk about these things, because people need to know that these people do this crap, and it's crazy. It's like scary. You think about today, you would think that all of the video cameras, all of the surveillance, the cell phones, the whatever, and it seems like they just don't care. They're still doing it.
Yep.
And it seems like it's getting worse. I'm gonna have to look at the statistics and the change of, stranger dangers in the communities, because I'm just seeing
that
a lot
should be
more
out in January, I think. For the 2021 year, it should be out in January, February.
It sure is, but I wonder too if they've got something. Oh, look at, I'm logged in. Look at the little girl. I just don't know how to add any friends. Have you guys seen this website?
I know I have. There's two major websites that I follow. This one and the missingchildren.org.
It is absolutely, guys, insane. 3,300 kids every 40 seconds. So how many kids and somebody went missing the whole time that we've been doing this live?
Well, I don't even want to put my mind down that.
Before I forget, somebody left a comment on one of my videos that I thought was unbelievable. And once I get settled in PA, we need to start working on the laws, because my senator, Collins, sent me a lot of things. But I got a comment. I'm not going to go find it. I'm just going to try to remember it. There's a law in Utah that is passed that says you can't even, so if, like, let's just say Larry lived in Utah and Larry got arrested for mine. You will never be able to be paroled or even go up for parole if you do not say where the body is. Now that right there should be across the board.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
It's a law that was passed in Utah. Hey, PB&J, you live in Utah? No.
No, it's okay. The size of the print on Mars screen, I can't even see it either. So.
Oh, I can go bigger. Yeah, I wasn't going to say anything about this page. I was going to change stories real quick.
Yeah.
I'll drop the link, though. This is the Missing Persons Center.
Yes.
But I want to talk about something else first that really bothered me when I was looking into Kylen and Crystal. Kandis Harris. Has anyone heard of Kandis Harris? I had never heard of her. We'll go back to the Missing Persons website. Honestly, I think that title says it all.
It does.
This right here is very... I think she's going on 4 or 5 months. Yeah, she's...
Yeah.
She's 16 years old. And from what I'm gathering from this friends in the inside is that she was dating a guy that was like a boyfriend, and for almost like a year, and then he got her into. This is horrible.
Shop Frisco's new seasonal apparel collection by Chewy. Don't sleep on getting all the cutest, comfiest, dreamiest PJs for your pet.
Oscar.
Frisco by Chewy.
Monkey.
Here in Utah, a 16-year-old Utah girl has been missing now for more than 2 months.
Human trafficking experts say there is evidence that she may be being trafficked right now in Salt Lake City.
Kelly Vaughn joining us live with a plea from her family tonight and how the public might be able to help in the search.
16-year-old Kandis Harris. She hasn't been in contact with her family for going on nearly 3 months. Her family is scared and worried. Now, there are anti-human trafficking experts on the ground here in Utah, and from what they've gathered, they fear human trafficking might be involved in this case, and her family is just asking for the public's help in finding her. This is the face Candace's family wants you to know, to look for.
Candace, if you are out there and you have a chance to see this, know that your family loves you and we want you to come home or reach out to us and just let us know that you're okay.
Diane Carpenter says her 16-year-old granddaughter, Kandis Harris, has been missing since mid-July after she left a youth treatment center in Salt Lake City. Carpenter says Candace has had her ups and downs, but has always kept in touch with her family. This time is different.
We haven't heard anything at all from her.
It's been nearly 11 weeks. Her friends haven't heard from her. She hasn't been active on social media.
In this case, there are signs that show that Candace is possibly being trafficked.
Candace Rivera is the CEO and founder of Exodus, an anti-human trafficking organization. They have teams on the ground in Salt Lake that fear Candace is being exploited.
If Candace is still here, which we're led to believe she is, she's probably just being hidden very well.
Rivera says most people don't understand what modern human trafficking actually looks like. It's the exploitation of the vulnerable.
Anyone who has a substance abuse problem, possibly economic status, ethnicity, mental health disorders.
She says traffickers are smart. They lure and trap their victims, then use them for monetary gain, often through sexual exploitation.
The statistic is 16 times a day they're sexually violated if they're being exploited.
Rivera and her teams need help. Candace's family needs help. They say the best thing the public can do is understand what most human trafficking really looks like.
And it happens in our backyards, and it's happening in Utah, and actually quite a bit in Salt Lake City.
Candace's family is offering a $1,500 reward for any information that helps bring her back home safely. They say they're offering the reward just to get more people to care and start looking for her. The other thing they ask is that people educate themselves about human trafficking, because they say because most of us don't know what it really looks like, that's how many traffickers are getting away with it. Now we have all that information about what human trafficking looks like, more information about Candace, and the tip line for if you have any helpful information on our website, KUTV.com. Reporting live in Salt Lake County, Kelly Vaughn, 42 News.
More slaves in the USA than there are in any other country. As far as being in the sex trafficking and labor slaves, and I don't even want to know what they do with little babies. Like, I can't even imagine. I know, but I just, ugh. And Kaz is muted down. All right, let's see if this one has anything different. This one was actually a little later.
From where I'm sitting, look.
Look, there's Kaz laying on the floor with Oscar.
16-year-old Utah girl has been missing now for more.
Yep, that's the same one. All right. You hear, Kaz? Hey, BTU. I just popped in. How many people are named Candace? Huh? I don't understand that question. How many people are named Candace where? Kaz.
Sorry, darling.
Okay, so that was what I just wanted to touch on with Candace. Now I'm curious. It's just scary, right? I mean, just to think that what goes on in Utah, and then this, and you find out these little things, and this poor girl.
I know. And, sometimes I know it's wrong to do, but when young girls and young boys leave home and the parents, I was telling you what I got up to when I was younger. They put it down like they just run away. They're going to be okay. But we've got to stop doing that because look at Candace, for example. I mean, that wasn't the case. She's gotten groomed by an older man. She thinks he's his boyfriend. She thinks he's her boyfriend. And next thing she knows, she's in a predicament that she can't get out of.
Yep. So I did not know this was interesting to me. I mean, I know it doesn't make any sense now, but to think that these 4 people were at the same place and they had the argument in the store where Kylen worked, and all 4 of these people are now dead.
Yeah.
And look at how young they are. Dad of murdered Kylen Schultz says Gabby Petito. You spelled Gabby Petito wrong. Come on, guys, get it right.
Oh, come on.
Gabby Petito. Gabby Petito. God. And Brian Laundrie may have played pool with her and wife Crystal. So Kylen's father, Sean Paul, believes, took to Facebook to speak out about the case in which his daughter Kylen Schultz and her wife Crystal were found shot at the campsite, which I'm going to show you that what JR went there. But he was saying that he believes that they might have played pool together. The Facebook page says that Sean Paul wanted to know if it was Brian and Gabby who were shooting pool at Woody's Tavern in Moab, Utah. According to Sean Paul, it was at Woody's Tavern where Crystal and Kylen mentioned a creepy man to friends to whom the couple allegedly were having issues. Crystal and Kylen had said the man was giving them problems and told friends they were planning to move to a different site. So the rest, honestly, we know the story. But they're just kind of thinking if maybe they actually played pool together. How eerie is that?
It is. Really.
Oh, I don't think Brian had anything to do with Kylen and Crystal, but I think that is just eerie that these 4 take separate paths, but their paths cross, and all 4 of them end up dead.
Yeah.
And another thing I did not know about Kylen and Crystal, maybe you guys knew, but I didn't know, was, and this article is actually pretty old, but I didn't know this. So I'm going to share it. I've been so busy with Heidi.
You've been busy.
I've been busy with Heidi and Lena. Stolen guns may match bullet casings of Moab double homicide. Oh gosh, look at a meat gantry. You can't make this shit up. If the FBI ever looked at my search history, look at me. Look at this.
What have you been doing, my dear?
Well, that was what they put Cassidy Rainwater in on Lebanon.
I know. I know.
Jeez Louise. I would go to jail. I hope you guys would send me, like, put money in my, like, commissary account and let me get, like, those pink puffball things they talk about. Hey, Angel. What are they, like, coconut pink marshmallow balls? Pink coconut balls?
We call those snowballs. We call them snowballs.
Yeah, I heard snowballs are a good commodity to have when you're inside the jail. You could always trade them for anything, the little pink snowballs.
Wow.
Has anyone heard this? About the guns matching bullet casings of the Moab double homicide? Show what video, Benton? What video does Benton want me to show?
I don't know.
Honey buns, Junie. I heard the honey buns are good too. I'll tell you guys the story when I spent a week in jail once. It was definitely interesting. Why? It's the truth. I'm not going to hide it. I mean, I didn't do anything wrong. It wasn't like I killed somebody or kidnapped somebody or did a drug deal.
No. It's such a funny story, though, Ma. It really is.
Oh, I thought I was on, like, the hidden video show. I kept saying, like, when the cop was talking to me outside my shop, I'm like, where is, like, that hidden camera? Like, you guys must be, like, crazy. This is, like, really not going on. Me neither, Nita. Me neither. About the guns. Wait. If so, it was definitely him. Who's Shredder? No, not Brian. Brian Laundrie has nothing to do with these two girls. The person that did this was a creeper that was hanging out at their campsite. I do not believe Brian Laundrie had anything to do with this at all. Because we have to remember that when Brian flew back right after this, she flew back the same day. They were found on the 18th. He was already on his way back to Florida, and we all know that Gabby was in Salt Lake City at the hotel 600 feet from the FBI's office.
We do.
So I don't believe... I mean, people can believe that. I mean, if you want to believe he had something to do with it, I mean, is it got a possibility? Absolutely. But do I think he did it? Nope. Poor little gator turd. He's like a little gator fart.
Yes. B to you, we're not saying that it was the same gun as the Laundries, and that's not what the article states.
Oh, no, we're not saying that. This story explains where the casings come from. Her poor father.
I mean, what should have been such a happy time of their life. I mean, so many lives are getting cut short way too quickly.
And I don't want to give it away for them saying, but it's so I guess like the weapon is so unique and could match the unusual bullet casings found at the scene. So I guess the gun that was used for these two girls was just like a very unique gun. I know nothing about guns, and I'm sure they're not going to say what kind of gun it is because probably only the killer knows that. But another senseless crime.
Unwrap a wonderful world of rewards with triple.
Senseless.
Unbelievable. Or visit your nearest branch.
Only on KSL, new clues in an unsolved murder out of Moab. A grieving father hopes this will help find the suspect who killed his daughter and her wife last August.
News specialist Mike Anderson with an exclusive interview tonight on why he wants the public to focus on the possible murder weapon.
Yeah, what is now coming to light is a report of some firearms that were stolen just a couple of weeks before the murders. And one of those is pretty unique and could match the unusual bullet casings found at the scene of the crime. About 3.5 months.
All the girls are gone. We don't have answers. That's torturous.
Too long for a father to go without closure, but Sean Paul Schulte says he cannot give up on finding out what happened to his daughter, Kylen Schulte, and her newlywed wife, Crystal Turner, who Schulte says was also a daughter to him.
So for me, it takes forever. One day takes too long.
He's putting the focus today on something found at the crime scene in the La Salle Mountains.
It's a silver-colored 9mm bullet. It's a very specific ammo.
4 casings, according to a search warrant from the Grand County Sheriff's Office, coupled with the recent discovery that some weapons were stolen in Montezuma County, Colorado, just a couple of weeks before the murders.
Any 9mm that was lost, stolen, hawked, or if anyone knows of anyone who tried to sell a suspicious 9mm.
Schulte says that information first came through a tip he received at a tip booth he set up in Moab. KSL obtained an incident report from the Montezuma County Sheriff's Office confirming that a 9mm Turkish-made pistol was reported stolen, along with a Turkish-made shotgun and bolt-action hunting rifle.
We need someone to say, hey, I remember a creepy guy trying to sell a gun. We just really have to get lucky on trying to find that murder weapon.
In the meantime, Schulte is asking those who knew Kylen and Crystal to remember who they were to the people around them.
We don't want this tragedy to bring other people down. We want them to lift up. We want them to remember how bright the girls' love light shined.
And if you have any information that could help here, you can call the Grand County Sheriff's Office. Again, it's not clear if the stolen pistol was the one used in the crime, but Schulte would like to see more information about this potential lead. Mike Anderson, KSL 5 News.
All right, Mike, thank you.
I had never heard of that before.
No, me either.
And they never mentioned it again because you would have thought, yeah, me too, Shredder. We've reached out to a lot of people. But when you're not friends and it gets stuck in that message request in Facebook.
And he must get a lot.
Right. But yeah, her father is awesome. Wait, we got the spirit coming in, guys. Hang on a second.
It's not me.
Oh, yes, it is. What is it saying?
Can you hear me?
I can't tell.
Can you hear me?
I hear the spirit. Kaz, I just think you have spirits around you, girl.
Well, I have always known that. One day I'll tell you the story of what happened to me, and it will bamboozle you. But we have too much to get through tonight, so I won't.
Yes, we do. And this is actually the last one I want to show before we get into Lena. And don't give it away, don't say it, but I knew it.
My lips are sealed.
Angel, watch. Listen. See how the buzzing goes away when I mute her? It's the psychics. Spirits are coming through. Hey, Sassafras. Kaz, it's okay if the spirits want to talk to us.
But I don't want it to be annoying for everybody.
It's not annoying, but it wasn't there before, so I am truly convinced now that it's spirits trying to talk. I'm convinced. Okay. We all know who... Oh, she left us. We all know who JLR is. Most of us know who follow the Summer Wells case. But this I want to show. There's JLR's link. Because this is where the girls were found. Kylen and Crystal.
I got kicked out.
I didn't kick you out. So it's only a 26-second click. But it says, was DNA left on a cigarette at the crime scene where Kylen and Crystal were murdered in Moab?
Yes, it was, JLR. Look, you're holding it, you dingleback.
Here, I found a cigarette. I'm wondering if you could get cigarette butts for DNA, test it for DNA. I found a cigarette butt and wonder if for DNA purposes. Yeah.
What a dweeb. What a dweeb.
Yeah, so Kylen and Crystal were killed right here.
Why
I
is he
found a
touching it?
cigarette. I'm wondering
Because he doesn't have enough
cigarette
brain
for
cells
DNA,
between his
tested for
head
DNA.
to think, wear
I found a
gloves
cigarette
if you're
butt.
going to
Wonder
pick
for
something
DNA
up. Better still, don't
purposes.
pick it up.
You know. So.
You're not the brightest. I want to see something
Yeah.
though. So that is considered that little bit of water where Kylen was. I mean, just unbelievable. And that one guy, I forget. Oh, there's Iconic. Iconic, what was that guy's name? John Freeman? This is where Kylen and Crystal were found. That's the little bit of water they were talking about. He's just picking up the cigarette butt thinking, maybe there's DNA on it. Well, okay. Put it in a bag. You should have picked it up with tweezers. John Freeman Colt. Let me see something real fast because let me look at Vine link. Because John Freeman Colt, if you guys remember, he was the one that escaped the mental hospital in Kansas after I remember he was like talking to those two girls that worked there, getting all friendly with them, and he escaped. He stole the motorcycle. And then he went to Utah. And he was literally like 60 miles away from the girls. And they were holding him for so long that I thought, I wonder if he's involved. Because he had camp gear too. Remember, he had that tent that looked just like Gabby's?
Yeah, it was almost identical.
Yeah. So then I kept checking for him. Let's see if he's John Freeman. I don't think that's his name. I thought it was, but he's not coming up now.
Because it was really, his name was really going around there when Gabby was still missing.
You know what? Wait, let me go back and check Utah. I wonder if they're still holding him in Utah. Because I know he was moved because I got the alert on it. But he's not in Kansas. We're not in Kansas anymore. 1 sec. Let me see if he's here. I'm not the robot. Nope. I'll have to go back and check my alerts. He was moved. Hey, Merrick. He was moved, and he's not in Kansas, and he's not in Utah. Yes, Iconic, that is where the girls were found. When JLR went out there. All right. I think that's it. Now I think it's time to get into little baby Lena.
Just before you do, sweetheart, Nana was the one that brought up about Colt. Was that Colt Graham, Nana?
Oh, yeah. John, let me see where this John Freeman Colt went. Where the heck did this man go? He escaped Kansas sex offender. And then he was captured. October, he was in custody. But it is unlikely, wait a second, that he will be returned to Kansas. What? Wait a second. So where the heck is he? Let me get a little bigger. I just want to see what's different about him not going back to Kansas. Hmm. Okay, so his capture in Utah. I don't understand what they're talking about. Under the Kansas law, it is a person felony crime to knowingly harbor, conceal, or aid any person subject to the Kansas Offender Registration Act to avoid or escape registration or arrest. So I think he's talking about the two women that helped him get out. And then Colt's capture. It says, according to investigators, U.S. Marshals viewers in Wayne County saw Colt's wanted poster on the news Monday, recognized Colt call-ins to the Marshals and Wayne County Sheriff's Office led to an organized apprehension strategy, as sheriff's deputies were staging in a parking lot near the Target house. So they had a little chase, and Colt eventually decided to pull over. Effective law enforcement in the United States today is enhanced by citizens willing to report what they see. So why is he not going back to Kansas? Holy shit. According to the most current statistics, the United States Marshal Service has arrested 9,589 sex offenders in the past year, with 225 Adam Walsh Act violation arrests. How scary. How scary is that? I honestly thought that this could have been the guy that was involved with Crystal. But I don't see where it mentions going back to Kansas. Here it says, the initial complaint and warrant were issued at the early stages of the investigation to provide jurisdiction to law enforcement agencies across the nation to hold Colt once he was discovered and captured, not Pawnee County Attorney Douglas McNett. Given the interstate element of this case, we will now reevaluate but charge and coordinate with the U.S. Attorney's Office to determine the best charging strategy to meet the needs of justice and the long-term safety concerns of the public. He's a monster, this one.
He sure is. The spirits don't want me to stay up on the live. It keeps kicking me out.
I don't know why it's so mad at you tonight.
I think my phone's overheating, to be honest with you.
So it says that in Utah earlier, it is not likely to be returned to Kansas until those charges are answered. Colt is being held in Sevier County Jail in Utah pending his extradition. Well, that's BS, because I had an alert on him and he was no longer there. I have to go to the little girl's room. Kaz and I were watching the flight radars today. There was no helicopters up in San Antonio today. Well, not from
No,
the
there
time that I
wasn't.
was watching.
And I had a look earlier on after we finished talking, and I couldn't see any either. So.
I mean, he totally fit the description. We had his camping gear. I mean, you can see pictures of, we had pictures him and his buddy eating food, the dog at the campground. He was literally 88 miles due west of those girls. I mean, it was like a one road, little windy, but whew, it was like, wow, is this the one that did it?
Yeah.
But if he's not in Kansas, we're not in Kansas anymore, Toto. And he's not in Sevier County because I just checked. Where is he? Unless he's being held in another state and we just happen to catch him in transit. Like, yeah, what are the odds of that?
Well, I've just put something in the chat that might answer your question in the private chat from Nana.
Oh, okay. Why don't you do that? And then I can listen on my phone and I can go use the ladies' room real quick. Please.
Okay.
Okay.
Certainly. All right.
Yeah,
Thanks, Nana, for sending.
I hear my voice too much. This one, I know nothing what Mar and Kaz are talking about. Sorry for. Oh, Tracy, we're talking about when the girls in Moab were killed and found at the campsite. We happened to see that this man that was a sexual predator who escaped the Kansas mental hospital stole a motorcycle and ended up being arrested 88 miles to the due east of where Kylen and Crystal were found. And I thought, oh, wow. And we even showed pictures of him camping with his buddies. And he had the exact camp setup like Gabby and Brian. It was strange.
Very.
It was very strange. But we would think we would have known by now if he was the one that, and we would have heard, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, I would have thought so.
There you go.
All
and
right.
Was that
Got
a yes
what?
on the grandbaby?
A yes from whom?
I don't know. I thought you said that they were talking about the little grandbaby again. GRA,
No.
the grandboy. Okay.
No,
All right.
no. It was Mr. Colt.
Okay, I'm muting down so you can tell us what the news is.
Okay. Well, thank you very much, Nana, for sending that. I will share my screen so everybody can see it rather than just hearing my voice and the fact that I've got static, and I do sincerely apologize for that. Okay, well, here we have John Freeman Colt. Now I'll just have to use two devices to see if there's any questions. He was 42, non-Hispanic. He is currently incarcerated at the, I hope I don't mispronounce this, the Sevier County Jail as of September 28th, which is in North Richmond, Utah. So he's still locked up. It was really bizarre, Tracy, how he became free was the fact that two of the nurses / care workers that were in the mental institution where he was held, he must have persuaded them, sweet-talked them into getting him out of the premises dressed as a doctor. And he absconded. It's I suppose if you're determined to get out, you will get out. Hi, Patrol. Nice to see you back. Okay, I'll just pop this up here so everybody can see what Patrol's saying. A lady found a beer can across the water on a hill, and you can look down at the ramp site from the hill. She turned it in. Oh, that's That's fantastic. So I'm now clear as a bell. Now that tells me if I'm clear when Ma's not talking, it's not me at all. It's my dear friend Ma who's doing all the crackling, not me. She'll be listening to this and I guarantee she'll come back on and she'll say, it's not me. No. I made sure nothing like that would come up. I wouldn't dox you like that. So we don't do doxing here. Yeah. So it's been, Ma has got some very interesting updates to tell everybody. And as soon as she comes back from the little girls' room, as I say, we'll get into that straight away.
Lady, do not tell me I'm crackling, because now you don't have that crackling. The spirit's not coming through right now, Kaz.
I think you attract my angels, my spirit angels to me.
You sound good now, but every once in a while the spirit box pops through. Wait a second. I know what you're saying about him being in Sevier County, but I don't know why he's not showing where he's always shown. Hang on, I'm gonna try one more time. The last thing I got on him, they told me that he was being moved. I got an alert.
Oh.
So let's see if I spelled his name wrong. Because if he is, what charges is he fit? Well, what would he be facing in Utah if he just didn't do anything? But he didn't even steal the motorcycle there.
That's a good question. Why he's being held there? They must have some reason to hold him in Utah.
And he's not showing up in Utah any longer.
Now I know exactly how you feel. I have to keep standing up. Otherwise, if I sit down too long, my knees lock and I can't stand up then at all. I'd have to get my husband to come and help me get up.
All right. Yeah, I found it weird that they kept him there so long, and I can't find him there now, but I could find him before. Like, he was easy to find. He was in the Sevier County Jail, and he was on Vine Link, and now he's on neither.
Wow.
So maybe they're hiding him.
Maybe he's locked up in the mental institution again, and they closed off so you can't see that.
All right, let's go to this one. Let's go talk about little baby Lena.
Okay. Hi, Jessica.
Now, this right here, I know that we talked about this last night, and I was like, it's definitely going to happen. I can feel it. The mom, no. But I couldn't even imagine having to do this. I couldn't imagine having to do this.
Nobody would want to have the need to even contemplate it.
Yeah, I gotta prepare myself before I play this video because I might. Now, what did Patrol say? I was actually taking a little girl's bathroom break. She said somebody found what?
A beer can. One of the volunteer searchers found a beer can. Needs to hang on. I'll just find it. Here we go. I'll show you again. There you go.
Across what water? We'll go back to the map. In the park?
I don't know. Patrol, can you give us a little bit more detail, please? Well, it's not night time for me yet. It's only 3:20 in the afternoon. Oh, at Moab. At Moab.
Oh, okay.
Right now,
If you're
Always with the ads. I am praying every day. Here we go.
ago, Lina Saderkiel did. All right, now to the massive search for a missing girl. 10 days ago, Lina Sardar disappeared from her apartment playground on the northwest side, and volunteers are not giving up to find her. Today, they combed several miles close to where Lina was last seen. Let's bring in Eyewitness News reporter Troy Klass, who walked with the group this morning. Troy.
And I'm here at St. Francis Episcopal Church. We're about a half mile away from the Villa del Cabo apartment complex, which is right down the road from where I'm standing. Now, right here is the first time that we've seen Lina Sadarkiel's father join volunteers in the search for his daughter. Now,
wait, Cash, is that him?
That is your boy. That's your new boyfriend.
Is that really him? Guys, pay attention. Pay attention. This is my new boo right here. I'm gonna show you later. Let me start over. Hang on.
You just want to look at him again.
I got excited.
All right, now to the massive search for a missing girl. 10 days ago, Lina Sadarkiel disappeared from her apartment playground on the northwest side, and volunteers are not giving up to find her. Today, they combed several miles close to where Lina was last seen. Let's bring in Eyewitness News reporter Troy Klass, who walked with the group this morning. Troy.
And I'm here at St. Francis Episcopal Church. We're about a half mile away from the Villa del Cabo apartment complex, which is right down the road from where I'm standing. Now, right here is the first time that we've seen Lina Sadarkiel's father join volunteers in the search for his daughter. Now, his colleagues were showing Lina's father pictures of various items they found, from blankets or little toys, items that, might belong to a child, but he said at this point they haven't found anything that might be a clue. The father and his friends say that right now that they're just focused on doing all that they can to try and find Lena Khil. About 15 members of the Afghan community joined the search efforts today. I spoke with Pamela Allen, who leads a nonprofit called Eagles Flight, which helps refugee families. She's been assisting Lena's family in various ways and helped organize some of the search efforts that took place today. She sees today and the past several days as a unifying moment for this community to try and find this missing girl.
Thank God that we've earned their trust to be able to come in, and I've been able to, sit with the family and bring them some supplies that they've needed. The father's not working right now. And so we're supporting them in any way that we can. But to hear them say, we feel we're not alone, that's a good feeling.
For hours from here all the way down over to the medical center, groups have been searching for the past several days to try and find anything. Another search group told me that they found a bag of bones in a wooded area off of Fredericksburg Road, but SAPD said today that they have no relation to the search for Lena, which is still ongoing at this time. I'm told that there will be a large search effort that will restart this weekend. We're live on the northwest side. Troy Klass, KENS 5, Eyewitness News.
I have one question for you, Ma.
Hello, Troy. Welcome to San Antonio, Texas. Hello,
How's
Jessica.
your blood pressure?
My blood pressure never moves, girl. You should know that.
No, I meant from seeing your new beau.
Oh.
See?
Let's go here. Yeah, so they did find a bag of bones, like is absolutely crazy. You find other things going on, but let's hear what Al Bundy has to say about the bones. I didn't even recognize him. He is totally dressed like he is just going to go golfing.
And he sounds like he's totally worn out.
Oh, he's exhausted. He is determined to find this little baby.
He sure is. and we're praying for you.
Mm.
Where's the video, Ma? I can hear something, but we can't see anything.
StreamYard's just acting weird tonight.
I told you.
Where are you coming from?
I don't know.
Oh, there you are. Hello, Al Bundy. That was weird. It said share screen, and I saw it go onto the screen.
This find is not related to Lena, who's been missing for about a week now. A volunteer group found a plastic bag of bones. We don't know if they're human or if they're animal or what they are right now, but obviously from this appearance, very, very old and not in any way related to missing Lena. Mm-hmm. And that's pretty much all we have.
The group also found a bicycle and another things. Are you take care about these things?
There's nothing on this scene that is related to missing Lena. And that's why I know that's what everybody's wondering. That's what everybody cares about at this moment. Those bones will be transported to the medical examiner's office, and we'll find out what they are exactly.
Where exactly were they found?
They were back in a wooded area behind this building here. So nothing more to it than that.
That's insane.
Yeah.
I mean, a plastic bag, and he had to really reiterate the fact that it's a plastic bag of old bones.
I mean, I understand everybody's grasping, but they have to think logically. Lena's only been gone for a very short period of time. In retrospect, it couldn't possibly have to do with Lena. You know, even if she passed the day she disappeared, it's impossible to get to that stage in that short period of time.
Oh, it's absolutely nothing to do. If anyone even thought that had anything to do with Lena, then that's pretty scary, because as soon as you hear bones, you're like, well, hopefully it's an animal's bones, but it's kind of weird that it's like in a plastic bag.
Yeah.
Usually if like an animal would die, would you put it in a plastic bag or would you bury it?
Well, it depends on the person, really, doesn't it? Some people would just throw it away like that. Other people's would not. They'd bury their pet in their backyard. Or if they're like me, I have them cremated and I keep their ashes, So.
Yeah, the last one, my beagle was cremated and I have his ashes and his little paw print. Yeah, Jessica, poor Lena's right, and her poor father. Like every step to even be out there, just to wonder, like Iconic was saying earlier too, like if they're gonna find your baby out there. I couldn't even imagine. He's broken, the poor father.
Yeah.
And then, before we get into the Facebook page of the new San Antonio boy.
Yeah.
Look at that. Go away. A search continues for Lena Khil. Here are 33 other San Antonio children currently missing. 33.
That's 33 too many.
And she's one, and she makes 34.
Mm-hmm.
Baby Gabriel's mom to be sentenced, and then father continues for searching daughter after 3 years. It's like every time you turn the page,
What's Thunderstruck?
you could get into a new story. Never ending.
Yeah. Well, I said to you the other day, you would need more hours in a day to even possibly skim the edge of the amount of
You would
children.
need 1,500 people to put out 2 missing people a day.
Yeah, I agree.
Crazy. The bag of remains. Yeah, they were in a bag, Jessica. But they said that he said that they're really old.
Yeah. But they've gone to he's done the right thing. He sent them to the forensic lab to find out, are they animal bones? That could
Yeah,
be a possibility.
They should know that very soon. If they're animal bones.
Yeah.
Like soon. Like they'll probably say something like by tomorrow.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, they might even have said something by now. Actually, I'll look on the updates though when we hit the Twitter page. My grandma, wait a second. Leandra says my grandma buried hers in a trash bag in her backyard, but she didn't know also. I have seen people put dogs in trash bags and leave it at the animal. Oh my gosh. Ugh.
Oh. It's bad.
People are sick. All right, this is the last article, and then we're going to jump into Lena's Twitter updates. And there might be something new. Oh, here we go. The ad. Who are you talking to?
I'm not talking to anybody. I was marked down.
It's the kitty. The kitty wants to have a conversation.
Meow, meow.
Kitty.
Meow, meow.
First at 10, tomorrow evening marks 1 week since family members and loved ones were able to hold Lina Khil in their arms. She disappeared last Monday and an Amber Alert remains ongoing. San Antonio police and the FBI have talked with residents of the Villas del Cabo apartments and combed through dozens of video feeds. Neighbors tell us the 3-year-old's disappearance has changed the community, with children no longer running and playing outside.
You don't feel that sense of fun when you walk outside the door. It's just this sense of fear and dread and worry.
Police have asked for the assistance of the FBI as they treat this as a missing persons case. Officers say investigators do not have a reason to believe Lena was abducted. As the search continues for Lena, 33 other San Antonio children remain missing tonight, with cases dating back to the 80s. The National Center for Missing and Exploited Children reports a handful of those kids disappeared this month. Eyewitness News reporter Sarah Duran has the story.
My gosh.
Frank Trevino can't wrap his head around the disappearance of Lina Khil.
There are rumors, there's theories, there's things but at this point, there's really nothing that we can go on.
The 3-year-old girl vanished nearly a week ago. She was last seen at a playground inside her apartment complex off Fredericksburg Road.
I did go through the area. I went to volunteer.
This isn't the first time Trevino's joined in on a search mission. Since 1997, the Missing Persons Advocate has assisted on several cases, some similar to Lena's.
I think the most obvious is the Baby Gabriel case, Ava Baldwin. Also went missing.
And she still hasn't been found. Ava's name is listed on the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children's website. To date, 34 San Antonio children are listed as missing, with the oldest case dating back as far as 1988.
The families are out there, they're desperate for answers, and so many of them don't have any answers.
And answers they may never get. Still, Trevino says these cases are just as important and shouldn't be forgotten.
Hopefully, they're going to be found and they're going to be found safe.
Especially when a national alert is ongoing.
It's important that people share these Amber Alerts, share them publicly.
Alerts he hopes triggers action to bring these children home or at least provide answers for their families. For Lena,
Hopefully it ends up with good news. The little girl is brought back to her parents.
Sarah Duran, KENS 5 Eyewitness News.
You cannot make it up. Yes, Joshua. Actually, Joshua's grandma spoke out. One sec.
It's now the 10th day in the search for a missing 3-year-old girl. Today, several different volunteer groups walked through the Greenbelt areas on the northwest side trying to find Lina Saderkiel. Eyewitness News reporter Troy Kless joins us live now with how the Afghan community teamed up to help in the search. Troy.
Yeah, thank you, Phil. Here in the medical center area is one of the several areas where search groups have been gathering for today and yesterday. Again, trying to find any clue, looking through wooded areas to see if anywhere a little girl might be and trying to find any clue that might lead them to finding Lina Sadarkiel. About 2.5 miles away from here is St. Francis Episcopal Church, and that's where the day began for some. The Afghan community, including a friend of Lina Kiel's father, was there to translate instructions for the search teams out there. And Lena's father did join in on the search as well. And I asked him, how he's doing, and said right now, of course, all he's focused on is trying to find his daughter. But he told me that he was thankful for the support both from inside and outside the Afghan community here in San Antonio. Now, I spoke with Pamela Allen, and works with the local nonprofit, and she's been helping the family, both getting them supplies and just helping them navigate this difficult time. And here's what she has had to say about how the family is feeling right now.
He's been very strong for his family. His wife is pregnant, and they've been very strong together. And so that was important to see that from him. And he's not giving up hope. He's hoping that he finds his daughter.
On top of that, we were told that Lina's father left his job in order to dedicate all of his time to finding Lina Kiel. Now, similar to what we saw on Wednesday, groups are looking in wooded areas and green belts around apartment complexes in this area, again, trying to search high and low for any clue that might lead them to finding Lina Sadarkiel, who again was seen last wearing a red dress, a black jacket, and black shoes. We'll keep you updated on coverage.
Oh, they keep saying that.
We're live on the northwest side. Troy Kless, KENS 5 Eyewitness News.
Well, that's what's on the poster. That poster needs fixing.
I do want to go back and show them the pool. Well, not the pool, the lake at the medical center. But here is the poster of the 35 missing kids. This one, she's missing December 21st. Kia Young, I've never heard of her. December 24th, Nina Rodriguez. Jaden, December 21st. Lena, the 20th. I mean, the 19th, the 14th, the 10th, the 11th, then December 9th, December 5th, October 17th. Well, I guess nobody kidnaps people in November. It seems like they take the month of November off. That's weird.
Yeah.
Not one. I mean, I'm not saying it's weird, but it's weird. Like, there's nothing in November. A lot in December. Like little Christmas presents. I mean, let's keep them as our own. What do you want for
And that's
Christmas?
only page one.
Well, what do you want for Christmas? I want a kid. I've heard about Logan White. Are these two twins or
They
what's going
definitely
on
look
here?
like it.
They're missing at different times, and their names
One
are
was
different.
after, one was after the other, wasn't it?
I think that's the same person.
Yeah, it does. Same shirt.
So 2019 on Jimenez, and then Aubrey is February 8th, 2020, and then it's 2015, 2011. It seems to get busy. That's horrible. And look at all these people missing. These kids from San Antonio. Her since 1988.
There was a huge amount that went missing in December.
You are not kidding. Look at that. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 girls went missing. Well, one boy. Wow. 10 kids went missing in San Antonio in December of this month.
Yeah.
What is going on there? Do you think it's like an easy access into Mexico?
Well, from what I understand, it's extremely close.
Oh, it's very close.
But it's not only Mexico you're close to. You've got other parts that don't have very good reputation as far as, not taking kids. Puerto Rico and... I mean, they might just go down there for child labour. We don't know. It's the fact that they're gone. And normally, if a child is just a runaway, somehow, some way, I'm not so much a sighting, but if it's a young girl, she'll want to talk to her girlfriends or something will happen and she'll get in contact with somebody if she was just a runaway.
And I haven't looked at those posters. Like, I have not opened them up yet to see if it says, hey, nay, if it says, like, they could be in this area or that area, because then you kind of know maybe they are a runaway. But still, you never know, because they could still have that promiscuous behavior and have run away in the past, but then they just meet that right type of guy that, trains
Well,
them.
well, all you need is to have a girl with low self-worth.
That's right.
And you have a guy who shows them, what they think is genuine affection. And they don't have the maturity to not understand that this isn't real.
Well, they do that. They give them the gifts, they give them the this, they give them the that, and then it's horrible.
Leandra, that's an extremely good question. Why? Why isn't this brought up more often on the news? It really is.
It needs to be spoken about. That's why we need to talk about it, because a lot of people don't. And I mean, this is 2 cases in the year that we've had a complete stranger. Well, Darren Brown knew Cash Gernon, but still, to where they literally snuck into the house. At least this one in Perth didn't take her out of the house with them like Darren Brown did. I mean, it's just stranger danger one after the other. Right? I mean, it is. Think about it. Like, there was like 3 stories last week. One guy was literally going to kidnap a girl, and I did a story. In his trunk, this guy had a full kidnap kit. Rope, duct tape, gloves. I mean, I did a video on it. You can't make it up.
No. I mean, when you say keep your baby safe, I mean, that is so pertinent. We really have to keep our kids. No matter, I mean, my daughter's 40, but I still worry about her.
Yeah,
so
but how do you say that? This little baby was sleeping in her room, asleep at 7 years old, and the guy went through the bathroom window.
I know. You can, there's a saying, I've got what they call security fly screens on mine, My fly screens are actually attached to the frame, and I've got security doors on my front door. I've got deadbolt. I've got so a triple lock screen door. I mean, you can put your house into such a state of security that it's scary if something happens inside the house. You can't get outside the house. So where does the balance? Like, do you make your home a prison instead of a home? No. You still got to live your life, but then you've got these
You're
stupid.
right, but I guess you shouldn't be sleeping with the bathroom window unlocked and expect. I mean, you think you live in a nice neighborhood or something, you just never know. That's why you have to at least make sure that your windows are locked. And if they're not locked, if it's going to open to a certain point, then an alarm's going to go off because.
Yeah. I mean, you can't sleep with your windows closed over here. The heat is just too high.
Yeah,
and not everybody has air conditioning, so.
Well, then you need security fly screens.
Yeah, like I've got. Yeah, they're actually attached to the window frame.
Yeah, guys, if you missed the beginning of this, you got to watch the beginning of the video of the creeper guy climbing the fence in Perth to go break into the house, but I can't even get on that story again.
No, me either. I've addressed it a few times over the past few days. I can't walk down that path again. Have we covered everything now, Ma?
Nope, I got this video I need to play.
Okay.
And this is it.
For missing 3-year-old Lena Khil, now on day 10. Today, a group of volunteers found a bag of bones near the apartment where Lena went missing, but the San Antonio Police Department wants to make clear those bones do not belong to Lena and may not even be human. News 4 San Antonio's Joe Galli is here for you with those details after spending the day with some of the volunteers. Joe.
Robert, when those bones were discovered, it was heartbreaking and startling all at the same time. But according to San Antonio Police Chief William McManus, they don't belong to Lena, so the search continues.
We don't know if they're human or if they're animal or what they are right now, but obviously from this appearance, very, very old and not in any way related to missing Lena.
The bones were found relatively close to the apartment where Lena went missing, in one of the several areas being searched by multiple groups today. Khil, father of little Lena, joined several members of the Afghan refugee community, along with some child welfare advocates, and began their search for Lena at St. Francis Episcopal Church. They walked along wooded areas near the USAA corporate headquarters and into neighboring apartments, areas which have been searched by SAPD, but they wanted to give it a second look.
They want closure, family wants her found, and I think what's great is that the Afghani community is saying, what can we do to help? And that's the best part.
We searched this area over here.
A few minutes down the road, more than 100 volunteers were divided into groups to search neighborhoods near the apartment where Lena went missing. Some of these volunteers came from far and wide, touched by the story of this missing girl.
People from Corpus. I've got a guy coming up from the Valley. A couple people from Austin have called me. People from everywhere. Fredericksburg, Kerrville, Bernie. They're all coming.
There were so many volunteers, the groups were able to search an area that's about a 5-mile circumference from the spot where Lena disappeared. Many of the volunteers have never searched for a missing person before.
It's heartbreaking. I don't have any children, and I can only imagine. I know loss, though, and grief, and, and that's what drove me to come out today. But I continue to pray for the family and all of those that are involved, that we can, find that little girl soon.
These people looking everywhere they could, including in open areas, apartment complexes, and through private businesses like this storage facility, looking for any shred of evidence to point investigators in the right direction.
I have 3 daughters. I want to do what I can. I can't not do anything.
And there's still that $150,000 reward for any information that leads to Lena's location. As of right now, there are no scheduled searches for tomorrow or the next day. If that changes, we'll make sure to update you here and online at news4sa.com. Robert?
All right. Thank you very much, Joe.
Huh. The other one. Oh, hang on. Shoot.
Is that our little monkey in the background by any chance?
Was that who?
Oh, I thought that was Monkey barking.
No. She's right
Did you
here, but she's passed out.
did you see Leandra's?
That she never heard of Lena?
Yeah, and she lives right next to Texas. See, that's why there should be a dedicated channel that goes out to everybody across whatever country you're in, so that every state gets to know about what's going on. Yes, it is related to Texas, but it needs to go nationwide, like a nationwide broadcast. That's my opinion anyway. That would be awesome if that could happen, but whether it would or not, I don't know.
Well, Troy has some good stuff on Lena, but I mean, some good pictures from the search today that I just wanted to look at because he was there. Well, we saw him there.
Yeah.
And look at there's Dad.
And that lady in the denim jacket is the Pamela I've been talking about.
Yep. This is the sign posted outside the gate.
Right, Junie, what's wrong? I mean, really, when you think about it, that's really wrong, isn't it, really? We put cooking and eating over missing kids.
It's crazy. This poor little baby was taken. I'm praying that somebody took her and she's in their apartment somewhere in her next development.
Because there are so many apartment complexes in and around where she was.
I mean, you can see that building back there, and you can see all those little loop trails that we could see on Google Maps. Let me hashtag. See if there's anything before we wrap it up. 1 hour ago, she's on the FBI missing persons. Everyone complaining that they keep calling her 3.
I mean, this is ludicrous. Why is everybody worried how old she is? If she's 3, 4, 5, 6, or 7, it's the fact that she's missing that's the most important, not her age.
You're correct. So one reporter said that they're searching again. They're planning a search again for this weekend. And the last reporter said they're not. So hopefully there is a search going on. There's the public storage.
There's a question. Yeah, PB&J, you know, I understand that the Amber Alert does go out, but once they've gone out, did they really put it out again? Did they keep flashing it out? I don't know, because I'm in Australia. Like, did they keep putting it out there, Ma? If an Amber Alert has been put up for a child?
Well, I think
or is it just a one-off?
No, the Amber Alert will stay out there.
But do they broadcast it, is what I'm saying. Constantly broadcast it?
No.
Oh.
Now, let me see. So I think we saw this video already with the K9, but I thought they said they brought a second K9 out.
That was at the storage units that they took the additional K9 units out. Hi, Elma. Thanks for that.
Hang on one sec. Hey, Alma.
I think Ezzet's had an early night tonight. He was in the beginning, but I haven't seen him.
This one. Yeah, I think
Yeah.
that's the same dog. I think his name is like Bach or something like that.
Yeah.
I want to see what this one is when Dad
Or
gave the
Saudi
dress.
Dental Insanity.
This is when they're talking about when her dad gave them the dress in the bag.
Push in the search for missing 3-year-old Lina Khil. A small army of volunteers spent the day searching through wooded areas and tall grass, looking for any sign of this little girl. News 4 San Antonio's Joe Galley live in the medical center after tagging along with that search team, which included Joe, a specialized canine unit.
Ooh.
That's right, Robert. We had a lot of people who were out looking for this little girl, looking in an area about a mile from the apartment where she disappeared. Unfortunately, they weren't able to find anything just yet, but that is not stopping the small army of volunteers to continue to persevere, to continue to look on to find any sign of where little Lena might be.
Good boy.
I was able to borrow one of Lena's dresses today. The father gave it to me so I could bring it to 5-year-old Bach.
He has extensive training in finding people live search, and he.
Holy shit, I got the dog's name right. Can you believe that?
You
Bach.
have a superb memory, Ma.
Well, it's definitely the same dog then.
He's dual purpose,
Yeah.
which means he's also trained in finding cadavers.
Bach's owner, former Bexar County Sheriff's Deputy Tammy Johnson, says even though it's been 9 days, Bach should be able to pick up a scent if there's something out there.
I don't know. He's pretty amazing. There was an elderly gentleman that was missing for 2 weeks. We had flooded rains, and he was able to pick up his track. So there's no telling, but I mean, it's not going to hurt to try.
This volunteer group was organized by Search and Rescue SATX. This organization has aided in searches for several missing person cases in the past, including baby James and the Andreen McDonald case. But this particular search was one of the biggest turnouts they've ever seen.
I think because it's a child, the whole community wants to get involved.
Searching this area is a challenge. There are spots with tall grass, others with densely packed trees and bushes with thorns. But that's not deterring these volunteers from giving it all they've got to look for little Lena.
It really just shows the family that, the community supports them, and really we're behind them.
Search team that was out and about today, the Bexar County's Mounted Patrol Unit, was also looking through the area, and we were going through a lot of dense vegetation and also through a lot of homeless encampments as well. We'll have more details on that part of the search and a full story you can see right here tonight at 10 o'clock. Robert?
Thank you very much, Joe. Search and Rescue SATX, by the way, is looking for more volunteers to help with tomorrow's search. It will begin at the San Antonio Medical Foundation jogging trail parking lot. That's it.
Okay, so that was actually before they went out to search, the day before they went to yesterday.
Yeah.
But then I wanted to show you the picture of that little picture with the bag of clothes. I don't know why that bothers me.
No, I'm not. I'm not a New Year baby. I'm after the New Year. I mean, March. I just meant,
Yeah,
I've got 8 hours before.
Pisces.
I'm a Pisces girl. It's just I'm closer to the 64 than I am to being 63.
Well, I don't even understand why you have to worry about even celebrating it.
I haven't celebrated my birthday for the past 10 years. Ever since ever since I had to do my dad's eulogy on my birthday, I've never celebrated it since.
Yeah, I'm stopped. I'm not going to celebrate anymore either. I can remember my grandma was like 55 forever. I mean, and it never made sense. Okay, let's last stuff, guys, and we're gonna wrap it up. When you see this picture, I just have to show it out of the ad to the apartment complex. Look at how nice that looks.
Yeah, I know.
Is that not like an optical illusion?
Maybe that's wishful thinking.
Almost stop. Yeah, I'm not celebrating anymore. This picture bothers me. I'm really praying.
Yeah, me too.
That
And I'll
a
every
woman
night
has
before I
her.
go to bed.
What did I just share? Hang on, guys. I'm getting tired.
It was the playground.
No, I want to share the picture of the.
Oh, yes.
That was what the reporter was just talking about, that Lena's dad gave him her clothes to bring for the dog for the scent box.
Yeah.
That picture makes me sad.
Mm.
Where is she?
I
I'll
wish
tell
I
you what,
knew.
though. The more they search out there and they don't find her, I think it turns out to be a better situation, that she might be being kept by the dog collector too. 2.0.
Well, fingers crossed.
All right, guys. I think that's it.
It
You
is.
guys
We've got
have
everything
anything?
covered.
I know sometimes it's hard that we touch on some of the stories we touch on, guys, but people have to know that this really exists,
Yeah.
and it exists in some people's backyards,
Yeah.
like Kenny's backyard
Yeah.
tonight.
So, whatever platform you prefer, be it TikTok, be it Instagram or Facebook, get those missing people out there and share it with all your friends and ask them to share it and so forth. Let's get more faces out there to see if we can find some and bring them home. That's my New Year's wish.
Yes, it is. I'm not even gonna post I'm just gonna post that link to that one page to all the missing kids in San Antonio. 10 went missing in the month of December, and
Yeah.
we still have 24 hours left here where I live, and well, they've got 25 hours there, and they say that one goes missing every 40 seconds.
Mm. Yeah.
As that, what did you think about seeing Lena's father out searching today? I thought it was beautiful. Patron is my brand. I thought it was beautiful.
It was. It was. PB&J has a good way to wrap this up from taking it from it's to end on a high note, so to speak. Excuse the pun. Can you see it on the screen, Mark?
Mar, wrap it up
PB&J.
with the 80-year-old who killed his wife after taking Viagra, and his wife said, "I have a headache." What? What? As it we're wrapping it up, I have to go to bed right now. I have to get up and go to work tomorrow. But we do want to hear your thoughts, so next time you'll come up and tell us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, have a happy
Everyone.
New Year's Eve tomorrow, guys. And I'll be having a New Year's Day.
That's right, Kaz. Happy, healthy New Year.
Thank you very much.
And everyone else, a happy, healthy, and hopefully a prosperous New Year. And this COVID's going to die down.
Yes.
We're going to get your opinion. We'll talk to you about it.
Yeah.
But I was very happy to see her father out there searching. Even though he was wearing sandals, I know they like to wear sandals. I get it. But I just hope that he doesn't get bit by a snake.
Yeah.
Got my champagne, Nana said.
I'm
All
gonna
right.
get mine soon.
Right.
Yeah.
Kaz, thank you.
Thank you, my darling, once again. Thank you for having me. It's a
Hey,
privilege
Patrol.
to be up here with you.
Aw, I love when you're up here. Guy, I got the weed. I hear you, girl. Guys, remember, this time we got to keep our babies safe. Like, don't even let the babies out of the house. Even if they're 40, tell them to lock themselves in the house with the grandbabies. Stay
Exactly.
vigilant, right? And stay vigilant, guys. See ya.
Bye.
Bye. Toodles. Yep.
I'm not saying anything.